A+E Networks UK commissions Killer Kids series with Joe Frost. Hello friends, I am welcome to my channel. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Joe Frost will front a new documentary series on Crime+ investigation that will look at children who commit murder. Parenting expert and experienced nanny Joe Frost, made famous by her show Super Nanny, will explore the psychology and motives of child murderers, investigating whether some children are really born evil. Each episode of Joe Frost on Killer Kids will focus on a different, including murder within the family, children who kill at school and children who kill their peers. How families function and observing behavior patterns for decades led me very keen to develop this idea, said Frost. I'm extremely excited to be doing my debut documentary series for Crime+ investigation on such an important and yet gripping issue. Kate Beale, CEO of Woodcut Media, who will produce the 4-part series, commented, "Joe Frost's unique take will offer a fresh approach to this challenging topic as we explore the question of whether people are born evil, or if it's a case of nature or nurture." Having forged a solid working relationship over the years with Crime+ investigation, we know this is the perfect platform to launch this fascinating new series, she added. Joe Frost, I've had some real head-on situations with the father's former super nanny. Joe Frost is going beyond the naughty step and taking on the rest of the family. She tells Charlotte Philby, "If you thought you had seen the last of Joe Frost, think again." Having successfully taken her buffed within an inch of its life brand of no-nonsense child-rearing stateside, Super Nanny is back to promote her new book, Joe Frost's Toddler SOS, Solutions for the Trying Toddler Years, her 7th parenting manual to date. The new book is touted as a companion volume offering practical, in-the-moment solutions for those who are struggling to maintain the level of discipline detailed in her previous best-selling book, Joe Frost's Confident Toddler Care. That was about your understanding as a parent of your responsibilities and duties, she says. Toddler SOS comes from parents saying to me, "I'm in a situation right now. This is what's happening. How do I fix this? Is she done yet? Not even close. I love writing. I can talk the hind leg off a donkey. This way I can give everybody the knowledge, and I don't have to be cut as long as her publishing house is happy to facilitate the vision. It's all very calculated," she adds. She is happy to keep spouting her homespun pearls of wisdom, presumably once edited, of the charming malapropisms. At one point, laissez-faire becomes laissez-is. At another, Michael Connelly is renamed Michael Colony. Given that her books shift millions of copies, this could go on for a while. In the US, where she now lives, she has already started filming Family SOS with Joe Frost, in which she single-handedly takes on a whole family. "I've always been about the parents," she says. "I wanted to do a wider format that would show how I was helping the adults. I've had some real head-on situations with some of the fathers. Not all of that you would have got to see in the old shows. Now you can. It's very raw." As a straight-talking, heart-of-gold disciplinarian with a penchant for tight skirts and heels, Frost was living with her father in southwest London, where the family phone had long been rechristened the nanny hotline because of the constant calls from both parents and colleagues demanding her troubleshooting expertise in Super Nanny. "Let's not be north or south. Let's not be hot or cold." A makeup artist once told me, "Joe, what you really do is you introduce people to themselves. You put a mirror up and you go, there's the truth, now what?" And that's really what I deliver. You can't mold it into something else. The truth is what it is. You can't shape it, you can't put icing sugar on it. I say, this is what we've got. Now, what do you want to do with it? Right now, there is a world tour to prepare. A series of live seminars where I get to talk professionally and have a laugh with the parents as well. Filming her US show, not to mention the new show she is about to start work on in the UK. I can't say too much about it just now, but it's going to be big. And working on her next book, which she also can't talk about. From growing up one of 2 children in a normal house in southwest London, then spending half a decade living in hotel rooms in the US and Britain, while cultivating her Super Nanny brand, Frost is now settled in Orange County, California with her American partner Darren Jackson, a location coordinator. I have a house, and I'm in a relationship that I'm happy in, and I'm in a good place in my life right now. With no children of her own and no formal training to speak of, Frost has been criticized in the past for her sledgehammer approach that has tended to be more one-size-fits-all than nuanced or analytical. In our interview, she certainly seems focused on specific themes, namely troubleshooting and the truth, and she doesn't seem keen to deviate. But she is also warm and funny, the kind of person you can imagine being a positive, if not formidable, influence on a child. When asked about the differences between kids in the UK and the US, she says there aren't any. All kids go through phases of being clingy or challenging, or they test you when you're out in public. If anything, she says somewhat ambiguously, there is a British tendency to try to dissound certain problems. There was this idea that America was dealing with a situation. Oh, that's America. But actually, we've got to start owning that ourselves, taking responsibility. Although she won't be drawn on what these problems might be, she does have a solution, and it's not for the faint-hearted. Parents are struggling to make decisions about what's right for their children, finding time and making it a priority, being consistent. Parents are not staying focused or persevering. Everything's too hard, it's too hard. You have to make the effort. You have to go that extra mile. It was a show by the singer Jill Scott, who is a good friend. We met crossing in hotels. Super nanny Jo Frost shares tips for telling a child someone they love has cancer. The global parenting expert shares her advice for mothers like Princess Kate. As you can imagine, this has taken time, she continued. It has taken me time to recover from major surgery in order to start my treatment. But most importantly, it has taken us time to explain everything to George, Charlotte, and Louis in a way that is appropriate for them, and to reassure them that I am going to be OK. Princess Kate also took the opportunity to acknowledge those watching who, like herself, have been affected by cancer. At this time, I am also thinking of all those whose lives have been affected by cancer, the royal said. For everyone facing this disease in whatever form, please do not lose faith or hope. You are not alone. Sharing a special message following the mother of three's diagnosis was global parenting expert, childcare specialist, and star of Super Nanny Jo Frost. The shocking news of the Princess of Wales' cancer diagnosis no doubt stopped millions of families worldwide in their tracks today for a moment of reflection, either in regard to their own experiences of living with, battling personally through, or supporting someone with this undiscriminating disease. Jo said, "For every family, it is a circumstance of such heightened mixed emotions, a roller coaster you want to get off, and one bravely our Princess of Wales has brought more awareness to today in her message of hope and compassion regarding all living with," the parenting expert continued. She concluded, "To Catherine and all families soldiering through, my deepest heartfelt wishes of strength, courage, compassion, and resilience for a full recovery." Jo Frost has also shared a set of tips for those who find themselves in a similar situation as the princess, having to share news of a cancer diagnosis with a child. Be honest and open, and in a place that is more comfortable for them if possible. Use words they will understand. This depends on their age and their understanding of the disease. Find the balance between too much information and too little, opening up the opportunity to ask questions and curiosity. Explain cancer is a serious illness and that there are different treatments, and remain optimistic, because this is still keeping the conversation real whilst living very hopeful. Let them have open opportunities to ask questions and express their feelings at different times beyond the time you sit down together. Children might blame themselves and ask if it was them who caused it, and so it is very important to state that people of all walks of life experience such diagnosis of cancer. There is no written script, no right way. You know your child best. So how you handle this sensitive conversation, I believe, is in your trusted Loving Hands hotline, because of the constant calls from both parents and colleagues demanding her troubleshooting expertise in Super Nanny.